Music, we're getting ready. It's our Memorial Day marathon. We had a beautiful session this morning, thanks to our producer here, Spirit Child in the building. Yes, yes. Oh, so good.
Oh, eh, oh, eh. Oh, le, 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 le. Oh, ya, iba, eh. Ay, 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 eh. Oh, le, le, le. Oh, ya, iba, eh. Oh, le, 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 le. Oh, le, 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 le. You can't realize you were meant to die. What you sacrifice. If you want me to, if you want me to, you wanna leave survive.
Monday, what you doing Monday night,
Unless
Vitamin?
I decide this is right or die.
Right, we're on an impromptu. We do it right
Cause I
now.
want you
So,
to.
if you're
Cause I
available,
want
let's
you
do it.
to. I really want you to.
Good, man, Vitamin Governor. This week is all about the M's. And there's a M.
Hey, hey.
Okay. Track you here is March.
You must realize you must stay alive, body, soul, and mind. Cause I want you to, cause I want you to. You must leave your pride. Let her call decide. She's the reason why. Do you want me to? Do you want me to? You must realize you must stay alive, body, soul, and mind. I really want you to. I just want you to. I really need you to.
M's, you doing M's today?
Doing M's today.
Today's M.
Mucho M's. Mucho good news in the M department.
Much love for the M's.
Olodumare yemaya, olokuno shulelegba, chango aga yuoya, oguno saino batala. Olodumare yemaya, olokuno shulelegba, chango aga yuoya, oguno saino batala. Olodumare yemaya, olokuno shulelegba, chango aga yuoya, oguno saino batala. Olodumare yemaya, olokuno shulelegba.
So, most of these kind of broadcasting kind of things, of people when they're talking,
Mm-hmm.
you know what the failure is? There's not enough arts and culture.
Oh.
So, if you happen to hear us play a lot of music for a little bit or play a video, it's because we're trying to incorporate more music and culture and share our fans and friends what it's really about.
Mm. All right.
We're not
all
really
right.
fans. We a term, freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters.
Yeah, we don't have fans. We have freedom
No,
fighters.
we have
So
comrades.
big up to all of our freedom fighters out there
New cadre.
that support the music and the movement. You know, the fans is not a thing. That's
No.
not a thing we do. We don't do fans.
Yes. The Real Diet Junkie has joined us. What up, Real Diet Junkie? All right. You can tell by the way I say it that I don't know who you really are. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
Peace, party people. Wait, I'm gonna do the.
Yeah. Ten wins. You give us your good news, and we'll give you
A world. Welcome live from the epicenter of innovation.
and creation
Another world is happening.
because of you.
That's right. So we're doing it now again. This is a 10 p.m. edition.
Mm-hmm.
We did our early edition. We had some beautiful M's earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We had Maya Azucena.
Azucena with an M, with that music that heals. That's right. She's our number one story, and fittingly enough, Maya came on. If you don't know Maya, she's a Grammy nominated artist, international. She's got a base in Turkey, and she's been working with our friend circle for a long time.
Long time.
I met her through Mariella, another M that does music. That's wonderful. And today Maya talked on our morning show about the power of meditation. And I thought that was really powerful because we like to honor rituals that work, and meditation has been proven to work. So shout out to Maya. Thank you for joining us this morning. Your afternoon time in Turkey, but our morning time. Yeah, and it was really, anything else you wanted to share about her 10?
Yeah, I mean, she also mentioned and what's that? You're moving
I'm
me?
like way taller than you. Your chair
You're taller
went
than
down.
me? Oh, okay. How's that? Is that better?
I'll slouch too, but
Yeah, a
all
little
right.
better. Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
You can do this.
Oh, okay, there we go.
How's that? That works good for you? All right, good. Now we're even a little bit.
Even.
All right, cool. So Maya Azucena, what we're going to talk about is some of her wins. You know, what we've been asking is every guest that comes on, kind of impromptu style. Maya, you set it off for us, and then we had Jenny also follow up and attack it with skill and strength and vigor.
Yeah, Scorpio.
But she's Scorpio. But Maya, you were on the spot. You were our first, and we asked a few things of you. And one thing was 10-10 wins. So we said, what are your 10 wins or good things that are happening out there in Turkey or as a personal artist or profession or whatever it may be? And you told us that it was peaceful and you're thankful to be in Istanbul, where you are now situated. We don't know when she's going to come back to give us that Turkish cuisine, but it's all right. She's going
to bring her music back. The cuisine's for her inner circle.
Oh, inner circle, okay.
Yeah.
And number two, she told us about the 8 songs that she's been working on the last few months, which I think that's enough for an EP. So, Maya, when you're going to release it, when you're going to drop it, we didn't ask that question, but we're asking you now in the PM edition. Bigging up to her management team, number 3, which was really dope. She has a lot of international support. She has some people based out in Turkey who are supporting her and have been supporting her. The weather is beautiful. It's nice out there. I mean, it's Istanbul. Istanbul, nice skies.
Istanbul, nice skies.
Pretty.
Thing?
It's a thing. It's a pretty dope thing.
You know, be grateful for everything.
Be grateful. And number 5 is she has a balcony during these quarantine times. It's also really good. But not only that she has a balcony, the most interesting thing about that balcony is that she is above grave sites. So she has a above ground perspective, which thinks a lot about mortality.
And for mortality.
Yes. That comes up a lot.
Yes.
She's thankful. Number 6, she's thankful that none of her friends and family have contracted or been infected by COVID. They're in good health, which is great. We pray for all of those who are and all of those who are not. We give you strength and light, and we'll light a candle for you. You can also hit us up. Send us a comment or something like that, and we'll make sure. We're pretty spiritual people most of the time, so we'll make sure we light some candles. We got a bunch of reds, blues, yellows, whites, many different candles for different things and occasions. Number 7, families and loved ones avoided the illness, which is a little bit like number 6 bit, but you know, we got number 7 there. Number 8, quarantine. What keeps you good during this time? And her partner, Maya, is situated with her man out there in Turkey. We won't disclose the information of his name and all that, but all we know is that the glow is shining, and we love that. We love that. We
Preview
love that
of our 5th story.
Partnerships up in there.
Yeah. The mushiness that works.
And she mentioned that there was a study that she saw that people during times of crisis, it's really important that they partner up with somebody for maybe morale. Another M. Motivation,
morale. Yes.
Or just making moves.
Mushiness, making moves.
Or mushiness, whatever you need. Rosa chimed in at number 9, and said, "What's the legacy of your ancestors?" You want to talk a little bit about that ninth wonder that she dropped?
Yeah, so we cannot help but be faced with the cycle of life, and so in that every week we try to honor the gifts of our grands, and our grands can be grandparents, ancestors. And Maya was talking about how she feels really connected with her indigenous self, and you can hear it in her music, um, with her Native American self, and do you remember what else? Oh, she said she's her mother's daughter, which is really just we just love to hear it. So we just like to shout out our mothers, our grandparents, and Maya did it in a way that I cannot recap as smoothly as she did. So you'll have to watch the 10 a.m. morning edition.
That's right. That's right. And number 10 for her was the cooking, the cuisine, the Turkish mixture that she has. But it's very special because she's from Brooklyn, so she's doing the whole Turkish thing. So when she comes back, the cuisine should be extra special, right? I think it should be. I think it should be.
I think we can wait for her to share her music, and I think that's the beautiful part.
So big up to all of our mentors. This is also the M edition. And speaking of mentors, shout out to Akir, who's just signed on and just waved at us and we're saying what's up to you on IG. But we're also on Facebook Live, which we're able to share videos and other pictures and things. So please do scoot over to that if you can. 1010 wins, but actually it's coming out from my page right now. Yeah. Soel Spirit Child Phoenix. So just look it up and check it out, and you can see better features and probably better quality sound. But big up Akir. Right. A lot of work with Art Start back in the days, and continues to inspire the youth. And he's been a very critical individual in nurturing the sounds and the energy of Mickey Hustles. You know, that was one of his personal mentors.
Mickey starts with M. Shout out to Mickey.
Mickey, legendary ciphers. Akir has also rocked with. It's not really an M, but there's a few M's in it. Immortal Technique, you know, so that's pretty dope. So, you know, Viper Records, what up Hassan Salam, he's also doing his series out there on blackness and hip hop culture. I told you just the other day, we need more of that, so keep doing your thing. Maybe one day we'll have you on and we'll exchange and do some stuff. Those are our M's right now, right? What else do we have in store, Miss Bettina?
Okay. Thank you, co-host Spirit Child. So our second story of the night is that millions have recovered. Over 2 million folks have recovered from COVID around the world. Over 350,000 here in the U.S. So we just want to shout out to all the people that make that happen. Whether you are a home care person, just someone's child, someone's parent, someone's friend that is there for them while they're going through the sickness, or if you're a nurse, a doctor, we just always want to pay tribute to the folks on the front lines. It's Memorial Day, and we love to give our shout outs while people are here. We love to give roses while people are here, so that they know that we are grateful for their work. So for those over 2 million folks that have recovered, we know that there is millions more behind that recovery. So thank you for your work. Thank you. And our third story, back to the men.
Men?
Yes. So
we usually don't big up men so much, so this is very special.
Yeah.
What up, men?
It's Memorial Day. We big up a lot of matriarchs, which can be men or women. And we do it on purpose. And we also big up a lot of women because, 7,000 years of oppression, we try to balance it out a little bit with what we can do. But we know some incredibly important men and important mentors, and Spirit has changed it to an X, which we are incorporating in our language. X for the X chromosome, so we're still trying to balance it out. You know, a little bit of gender neutrality never hurt anybody. No. So, we're trying to do that. And mankind it's a bad rap and bad, thing. So we're trying to, we want to big up the men, but we want to bring up the new age men, the X-Men. But we do have some incredible men that are listening right now. Like we said, we have Vitamin the Governor, who is a filmmaker. He's a mentor. He's worked with youth. He's also an incredible b-boy and has a whole crew. that he brings along. So we love folks that are doing things for the community, no matter who they are. We also this morning talked to Jenny Kabouzi, gave us a story from Maine, M from Maine potatoes, that her man, Scott, was working for Fedco Seeds, an organic supply company. They had extra potatoes, and they gave those potatoes away to the author of Farming While Black. Farming While Black. Oh, Bianca in the house. We miss you too, girl. So Farming While Black is a movement from Leah Penniman, and then they gave more potatoes out. So we just love the Maroon Exchange and from Maroon Exchange. And when you have extra resources, sending those resources, getting those resources to the people that need it the most. So, oh my gosh, Bianca.
Can I read Jenny's
Queen Bee?
Jenny's 10?
Yes, please read Jenny's
So
10.
Jenny's 10, because she also was like rocking it with us earlier today, and she's been doing her thing. Maine?
Yeah, she's been rocking it in Maine.
Maine.
Yeah.
Maine.
She a Massachusetts girl.
Right, but she's in Maine
now.
She
came home.
Number one for her is schools are delivering meals, and
Chromebooks.
And Chromebooks, you know, so in Maine, that's pretty dope. 2, school loans has been suspended for 6 months, which she said personally has helped her out, and I'm sure it's going to help a lot of other people out. 3, she's a studious individual, so the free trainings offered during this pandemic, she has been downloading, as Rosa said earlier, like The Matrix, another M. You know, she's doing the Neo thing right now and just getting up. Number 4, lots of people are wearing masks, and she's appreciating that because people are like conscious about their surroundings and the people that that can suffer a great deal from it more than others, right? So she's really grateful for that. 5, she's grateful for the health and her family's health. They've been pretty good, which is great. We want to keep all of that up, all that energy up. Number 6, dance classes have been free on Zoom, so she's able to connect and tap into her teacher community, which is really, really, really important. If you're a professional and you feel isolated, I mean, I don't promote Zoom so much, but I mean, if you can connect online in any kind of platform, I think it's healthy. Doctors need to talk to doctors. Artists need to talk to artists. We need to cipher. We need to do our thing. So that's always dope. 7, the Heart Center community has been connecting. So out there in Maine, which is really, really grateful again. Number 8, telehealth has been approved. So she can still see her clients. She is a practitioner of mental health. She can still see her clients via video or phone conferencing, which is really important. I mean, like, cut that off.
Super important.
9, the work continues. The work continues. I like that. 10, friends doing 10-10 wins. That was for us. I think that was for us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. I had a moment this week just on the mental health tip where I was just so tired from work and I didn't want to get out of bed, and I realized that like the behaviors that we do when we're on quarantine, like staying home, cooking more, eating more, watching more movies, those are the same behaviors that a lot of folks do when they're feeling depressed. So just the physical behavior can trigger in your mind that you are not in the mental health place that you want to be. So I'm really, really happy to hear news from Jenny Kabouzi talking about telehealth, that people can still have their services or access services when they need it. It is not an easy time, and many of us are feeling very isolated. So any news about those connections that are happening is good news. So thank you. Thank you. Our 4th story of the evening today is Memorial Day. And as we have said, we love to give our shout outs while people are here. We have a lot of folks on the front lines of education, mental health, not just people that are fighting in the wars on the front lines. But I do want to do a bit of a classic shout out to my grandpa, David Arthur Nopfel. He did he did serve in World War II, but he served many more years as an educator in New Jersey. If you know much about New Jersey schools. Some of them are incredible, and many of them are a hot mess. So he worked very, very hard and had some really good advice for me as I was an up and coming educator about being friendly, firm, and fair. And all of those things have worked very well to guide me, more alliteration. So I just want to give a shout out to my grandpa and the great grandfather of our two little bears. They did not get to meet, but he has been an influence in my life and therefore in theirs. And yeah, if anyone wants to shout out any people that they honor on Memorial Day specifically, or just memories of someone, go ahead and put it in the chat and we can say it out loud. We do love to give to give shine. That's what we're here for.
That's the only reason why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'd be doing something else, because we need to big up our people, and that's most important, and we need to help and heal each other. So it doesn't make sense that we talk about what's good with us. So what's good with you?
Mm-hmm.
What's good with you?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a friend or a family member of ours, we want to have you on. We are waiting and trying to figure out how we can lock in Prince Akeem. If we don't get him in, it's all right. We got enough stuff to talk about him, to put him on the M pedestal for his birthday was May 1st.
Yes.
Right? He's a voice of the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
My man has been involved in various movements.
Mm-hmm.
I met him over in Cases, where he was doing his thing there and working on music production. And since he's grown to have not just producing for himself, but various other artists as well. He's been a part of Cop Watch. He's still Cop Watching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any other young person that was within our grasp or reach that has took this movement more militantly and vigorously and professionally and with the actual courtesy than Prince Akeem. So if we can't get you, brother, it's all good. We'll get you next week and we'll figure it out. But we're gonna big you up. We talked about the roses and the fire and the love. We giving it peace, Miss Madison. Miss Madison was also out in Cases. You know, she was a very dope mentor and worker out there. And she probably knows who Prince Akeem is. She probably seen him go to the studio quite a few times, you know. So if you want to share some love for Prince, you could say some things. But she's also her son has been involved in music, and I'm not sure how your son is right now, but let us know. You know, drop some links, some music of his. Last I heard, it was like on a really nice groove and kind of house tip. You know, her son was doing some things. So I wanna know what's going on.
Thank you, Miss Madison. Sophia Morel from Cases. Do you know her?
Sophia Morel.
Another M name.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure if you know her, but yeah.
Don't know her personally.
I know her through Evan Waterman. And
all right.
Yeah, so Cases doing a lot of work for many, many, many years. Good work here in New York City with our youth.
Right on.
Yeah,
right on.
Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Yes, your continuous work and care.
Yes, good. And she remembers. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my goodness. So our fifth story, we could take out the matrimonial here.
Oh.
But
what's up with matrimony?
Well, you know, it just started with M. I get a little carried away sometimes. Yes. Her son is still, yes, Miss Madison, her son's still recording.
Send some links,
and writing. So our fifth one is Mush. Shout out to Mush. We had a beautiful birthday of a Gemini, a May birthday, of a Gemini, Jake Lefko. Not sure if you know him, but his partner is Viva, and she organized. She made a tribute site. There's like you can do like these websites now where you upload videos and make a tribute to people. Just an incredible way to stay connected, even though we're apart. So shout out to that idea, Ariba. Thank you so much. Jake Lefko is a teaching artist. He's many things. We met him at Normalis Palace, which is small for a palace. And then he worked with Urban Art Beat, and then he got a job as a teacher at International High School, and knows Madame Marguerite, has worked with Prince, and he's just amazing. And we're so happy that his partner and he are they're all mushy, you know? It's like this love Love Fest. So
And Prince has worked with him. I
and
think
Prince
that
has
was
worked at
Prince's one of
International
his
High School.
first official
Yeah.
leading teaching artist gigs.
Yeah.
If I can remember, I remember him holding that torch and doing it upright. But just a quick correction, fact check.
Ooh,
It was Center for Community Alternatives. My bad. Cases was a whole another chapter in our legacy. And you're right, actually, Center for Community Alternatives. That's where Young Mel's, Mickey, Young Michael was also there.
All M's.
Prince Akeem, yes, our M Factory was off the Madison, off the charts. You know what I'm saying?
At CCA. Thank you.
At CCA.
Yes. We are always looking for feedback on any particular thing, sound, graphics, content. It takes a community. So thank you. Our sixth story of the night is May's Matriarchs. And if you were here when we first kicked off, Spirit played one of his songs from his latest album called March of the Matriarch. And it for me, it just has that spiritual feel and the urgency that fills my soul currently. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about what music is doing for you lately, rituals that work.
I'm on some other M's right now. I'm on some Militant Matriarch, Man's Mirror with an X. So I've been working on. I've been telling Rosa, Miss Bettina over here, Miss K. I've been telling her that y'all know, all my artists out there, when you work on something, you're in the mesh of it, in the heart of it, for a really long time. And if you're mixing and mastering your own material and producing it, you need a break from it, even if it was just, or not even released yet, but just very recent. So right now, I felt like March of the Matriarch is definitely a good tone. It's a good spiritual introduction, and it's very rooted to the sky. The whole album. And I would, except for Black Philosophies, that has a more rooted mix. But right now, I'm thinking of Hands in the Dirt, and I'm a worker in that respect of practicality, and revolutionary praxis. So Militant Matriarch is a little bit more in the roots of things, and I'm kind of like, I feel a little bit more grounded.
It's Gemini season, y'all. I'm happy that you're grounded, but he just won't stop. Like he just put out an album, and now he's got a new one coming up, and we hardly got to celebrate the last one. Will you be performing a piece from March of the Matriarch for this open mic on the 31st?
Absolutely not. I'm doing Militant Matriarch. No, I'm joking. Maybe I don't know. May 31st, we may do something there. It's hard. I don't know what. Yeah, maybe. Yes. We will hum some hymns and do it up.
Good.
Do it up. We'll do it up.
Good. Thank you. So if you'd like to hear a piece of his latest album on the 31st, we have an open mic called May the Matriarch, also available to find on our Facebook, May the Matriarch. And we'll be bigging up a lot of matriarchs in our community, from Unitarian Universalists to Danielle Barrow out in Queens, holding it down with her, I think it's now weekly Sunday night living room salon writing. So we have a lot of folks that are really working hard for their communities, and we're going to honor them through poetry and music, as we like to do.
Yes, for sure. Oh, and thank you so much, Miss Matt. We need to have you on our team. Rakia Lumumba, a leader of leaders, who is now out in Mississippi, but she was spearheading and steering. If it wasn't for her, Art Start, us, myself, Mickey, we wouldn't have the opportunity to be in the back of CCA, to have a studio where we can work with the youth coming. CCA, Center for Community Alternatives, just so y'all know, because we'll get into it for another story. Asere was also working with CCA, so it comes all full circle.
Wow.
Which is now doing a lot of work with Crystal House out in East New York. But this place was a haven. It was where a lot of young people didn't have a fighting chance in the justice system. We had people who were mentors. I mean, she created a holistic plan. There were social workers, mentors, healers, people who were teaching yoga. Caitlin was also doing her thing as well. Gibbs, she was doing some yoga classes, and there was so many things you could do. Anything that you could do that was healthy for the young people to keep them out of this mess. It was restorative justice praxis. It was a family, and Rakia Lumumba was spirit. We miss her. I wish she was still in New York. I'm very selfish. But I know she's doing great work, especially for the prisons out there in Mississippi. So big up and salute to Rakia. And big up to BK Biggs.
Yes, yes.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the building today. Heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Today heavy. So we have one more, as we were telling that story in terms of like people that connect.
Mm-hmm.
One more male we want to shout out. We have a new mentor for this particular show, who's been doing shows like this, GoPro Radio. Tylon Washington, thank you so much for your show on Friday nights, and thank you for mentoring us. He tuned in the morning edition and let us know a little bit about our sound. So we are working everything out and learning from the greats, and that's always what we want to do, is learn from those that have done it before. So Tylon Washington, GoPro Radio.
GoPro Radio, Black Wax. Mm-hmm. They've been holding it down for years on the sound, on the revolution, and on the mind. It's really, really important. You should check them out, Tylon Washington. It's very exclusive though, which I kind of like. The revolutionary GoPro parties, those things. If you with it, you'll get down with it. But if we don't know you, you can't flow through. So I mean that's
if you know us already.
That's the thing, We'll put a word in for you, but talk to our man. Our man is holding it down.
And for Marxists, I'm of the people, no exclusivity. Our seventh story is male. There's been a lot of folks sending cards, sending love to the people that they love, whether they're on the inside, locked up, or they're in a nursing home, or they are just in their homes. It's always lovely to get mail. My papa likes to send packages. My mom likes to send packages. Yeah, we're blessed to be in a family that gets mail. So if you're thinking about people, you can send them a mail. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be just a shout out. Let people know you love them all the time, every day. So send it out, and I won't say too much about the U.S. postal system, but let's keep it alive.
We hope it's not a system. They service.
Yes.
We would like more systems to service. They actually do service.
They do service.
They service.
Yeah, and they're friendly. And they don't,
reliant upon federal.
They don't run up on anybody, and they don't arrest anybody. They just send things in the mail. Yes.
That's right.
Peace. Our story number 8 of the evening is Mother Earth. So you have probably heard that since all of us globally are on lockdown, the pollution is disappearing from many places. And this particular Memorial Day weekend, we just like to shout out how much fewer solo cups are being purchased this weekend. So if you know much about how Americans do their Memorial Day, many of us are very grateful for those in service, and many of us just like to party outside. So even good people like myself have been definitely guilty of purchasing way more plastic, those big tinfoil containers, all of the things that help us party. So Memorial Day weekend has historically been not so great for Mother Earth. But this Memorial Day...
Game face.
This Memorial Day, thank you everyone who is using sustainable materials and not throwing away their plastics. Sorry, solo cups. Down with you. Our 9th story, my dear. This is the M version. Another May birthday that just passed. Malcolm X. You want to talk a little bit about the legacy?
Yes. Big up to all of my beautiful Africans out there. African Liberation Day. Bloop, 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 bloop. That includes all of our West Indian massive, Latinx massive, Caribbean massive, everybody massive, Brazil, wherever you are part of this African liberation movement, whether you know it or not. This is who we are. This is what we do. Malcolm X, presente every day. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. As we mentioned, there has been online works, online goings. People were unable to travel. We talked about it earlier to his gravesite, which is something that is done pretty much religiously and ceremoniously when we talk about rituals. And again, we talk about our grandmamas and all that. So our grandmama, my grandmama, my mother's mother is buried just a few feet away from Malcolm X. So I'm really happy every time we go out to pay a visit because we also pay homage to El Haj Malik El Shabazz. And I mean, everyone knows on this kind of networking channel. We'll put links if you need, but you know who he is, you know what he was, you know what he continues to be to us and to everybody. Read the book, um, watch videos. I think even if you don't know and you're a young person and maybe school hasn't educated you in the right way and right path, which we always talk about, your first opener might be, check out, we don't like to talk about Hollywood so much, but Denzel Washington, man, like he played a really good Malcolm X. Morgan Freeman also played a pretty good Malcolm X. There's a lot of other resources. We use multimedia in all of our aspects. Check them out.
And his speeches are available.
Online, YouTube age,
Ballad of the Bullet. Ballad of the Bullet, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
He has been a constant inspiration for us, especially as educators, and now with our homeschooling, and everyone doing homeschooling. It's just a reminder that we are the ones that we trust for the messaging for our youth, and so we just want to big up to Malcolm X. Yes, and all of the educators out there.
Send us your favorite Malcolm quote.
Yes, bring it. Thank you, dear. All right, our 10th and final story is about you. So if you are still with us, what moves are you making? Whether it's something for community or something for your own self-health. We want to know what movements you are making to keep yourself here, to keep present. Definitely into to working with the body, mind, and soul. So anything that is keeping you afloat in terms of making movement, let us know. We will be back next Monday at 10:10, and we will have more good news for the folks. Any particular movements that are on your mind this week, Spirit?
This week, I think what's going to be eternally on my mind, and I'm noticing, we had this conversation about putting Z's, and it's not just a hip hop thing. When we say good news with a Z, what's good and all that stuff. Our Z's and the WINDZ, WINDZ, comes from the praxis, the wind from below, and that's Zapatismo. And the Z's we're trying to honor and continue in our legacy. It's been something. A few of us went out to Chiapas almost 15 years ago, almost 20 years ago, and we got a chance to build with the Zapatistas, which maybe we'll talk about one segment on that alone. But we could learn a lot from them, and Black and Brown power and struggle and collaboration is really important, but also learning from our indigenous brothers and sisters how to topple and bring down the system of white supremacy. So it's in our language, is what I'm saying. And what's been on my mind lately is every time I talk to people, I'm like, what's good? Usually I don't do the Z thing, but I've been like, yeah, Z's up. And it's a movement that needs to continuously be recognized and cherished, and people need to know who they are. And I sometimes stop talking about certain things because I feel like people know, but even reminders are good. Hot Knife 7105, all these commercial stations, they keep playing things continuously, so we can do the same thing.
Yeah.
We can talk about our brothers and sisters and ancestors all day long.
All day long.
Our network.
By any means
necessary.
necessary.
By any means necessary.
We're gonna circle back. So we got a shout out to family therapy in underserved communities. we want to hear more about that.
Family
Mhm.
therapy in
Mhm.
underserved
In
communities.
terms of movements.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, all right. That's cool. I mean, Miss Madison also has a book. Maybe we could just bring her on because she has a book that
Could
she's
bring her on.
working on, and
Okay.
maybe next week we're actually going to zone in and talk a bit more about pedagogy. And pedagogy is not limited to the classroom. You know, we talked about that earlier today, so you can check out our episode from earlier this morning. We were just doing this, um, just early, a few hours ago. But we're going to talk about the emphasis of pedagogy and how we are pedagogues and pedagogices, and how it is our right to continuously educate and learn from each other. So definitely, the family therapy, the therapists, the psychologists, the gardeners, anyone that allows things to grow, right? Whatever growing is, that's learning, that's wisdom, that's power.
That's right. And that's right. Jade has joined us. What up, Jade?
Peace, Jade.
From Iceland. It's 3 a.m. He said he woke up and he said he must have felt the winds. So, beautiful to have you, Jade. Our third story was how many great men with an X we know. Jade is one of our revolutionary matriarchal males that we just absolutely love to have always in the building, and he's going to be joining us on the 31st. With his matriarchal poem.
Yes, and the youth that he mentors and has been mentoring out in Iceland. So big up to Iceland. The winds do travel out there.
Yes. Oh, we can't wait. We can't wait to hear from you and the youth, Jade. Thank you so much for joining us. BK Biggs got a quote.
All right,
got a quote for us. He says, "Can you read it? You read it."
Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
My favorite Malcolm quote is, "You can't separate peace from freedom, because no one can be at peace unless he has his freedom." Big up BK Biggs on point. Noble 9, what up? Rike.
Thank you. Yes. Beautiful. Another good movement that I saw, Mizlan, our girl Libby Mizlan, was making some art in Brooklyn and giving the art away for free. So we know a lot of good people doing good things. We know a lot of good people doing good things, and we thank everyone that has tuned in with us. Keep doing those good things. Keep bragging to us about your good news, so that we can keep the good news spreading out there. If you're looking for freestyles, if you don't know already, we have lots and lots of family in the hip hop scene that is completely international. So out in Cypher, in Belgium, they're going to be showing the Cypher movie on Saturday coming up. Right?
Yeah, this Saturday we're actually going to do it. We're going to do it up. This Saturday.
You know what time?
For us, it is. So you're making me talk when I'm trying to figure things out.
Okay,
do that.
I'll talk about what I know about that.
12 p.m. We're gonna show the cipher. So our time, Eastern Standard Time, and GMT 2. Those of you who are, people in Europe know that, like GMT.
Europeans
2,
always know more about Americans than Americans know about
so
Europeans.
So the time 6 p.m. over there for all my people out in Europe. 12 p.m. here. We're gonna show the full documentary, The Cipher, which was the birth of multiple things and an international connection. Working with youth in prison, working with youth in community centers and high schools, releasing and unleashing, no pun, unleashing this critical revolutionary hip-hop pedagogy that we have. Unleash Me is Maya's latest single. So bringing it back to the M's.
Bringing it back to the M's. And is that how we're going to cruise out? How we're going to cruise out tonight?
No, we're not cruising out. We're not. Oh, we could cruise out with Maya. We could cruise out. But right now, we got my brother Prince. Prince is on standby. And can we see if we could, call him in? Those of you who are not on Facebook, please do. That way you can actually see him when we speak. Otherwise, we won't be able to really do the whole multiple thing, So we're trying to figure out the platform. So right now we got Prince.
If you on IG, join us on Facebook if you can.
If you can.
If not, you could just hear Prince like an old-fashioned phone call from overseas.
Yeah, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works, whatever's covered.
Whatever works.
We're trying to bring him in, so be patient with us. Anything else you have to say? This is the part I'm doing the tech.
Right. No, we're just so moved by the amount of folks that are doing mentors, the women tours. Shout out again to Maya for joining us this morning. And her music is healing. She has an incredible collection, but one of my favorite songs is Dance Revolution, and it's about domestic violence, which if you have been following the news, this is a particularly tough time for folks. So between our folks on the mental health worker front lines and our musicians that are speaking to mental health and domestic violence, we are in good hands. Queen Bee joined us earlier, and she had a beautiful, just lots of songs from Queen Bee, one of our urban art beat veterans. Speaking of Memorial Day, and giving roses while they're alive, Queen Bee, we love you. So just a lot of folks doing a lot of great things. And how we feeling, sir?
So what we're gonna do is play Homeboy Sandman, Call to Arms. This was one collaboration that another magnificent mentor, with the
magnificent mentor, yes, double
mentor,
M.
Really dope artist individual. Asked us a while back, what was this? This was released? No.
2014.
2014. I don't know. Okay.
Our first year together.
Wow. First year.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's 2013.
We met in 20. That's our first.
Completion of a revolution around the sun. Okay. So
in the spring we had joined forces. He was with Art Star. I was with Urban Art Beat, Broom Street Academy.
That's right.
And we joined, all of our collective youth made the call. Homeboy Sandman made the call, and then we spread it out a little bit. So shout out to those with the vision.
So we want to play Homeboy Sandman's joint, and see what's good.
Oh, really? Okay, word. Let's see about that. I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat. Y'all the gods, you know what I'm saying? Picking my spots, embassies with my fatigues tucked in my socks. You never see me hesitate, quitting the job. You never see me subjugated to fit in the box. I take a trip to the John, redistribute glaciers, then I shake off the drops. Whichever y'all been waiting, go ahead, wave your baton. Understand? Analyzers on my lines, understand. I'm only alive for drawing lines in the sand. Don't think I'm unreliable cause I'm liable to snap. Don't bug me cause I'm bothered by the bars of the lambs. Y'all know me longer than that. The sparseness of the apartment be the sharp in the lance. No bother, I've been living off the fat of the land. Yeah. I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat. Y'all the gods. I'm trying to call back. What do you call that? Call to arms. I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat. Y'all the gods. I'm trying to call back. What do you call that? Call to arms. Now that your attention is held, I'll show you something previous you never had dreamed. There's heaven at the boundaries of your personal hell. The plans to bridge the gap between the ends and the means. My belly's way too hungry for a fruitless attempt. I'm banished to the kitchen and regardless attempt, I'm hopeful each and every one of y'all will attend. Uncle Sam needs you. Get at me if you're willing to ride. I call a cowardice to fight the coward inside. I'm not a man that claims to know the meaning of life. In truth, I only claim to know the meaning of mine. The difference between a man and a mice is those who face the villains with the will and the might, and those who know the difference between our will and our might. Aight? I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat. Y'all the gods. I'm trying to call back. What do you call that? Call to arms. I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat. Y'all the gods. I'm trying to call back. What do you call that? Call to arms. I give applause firmly to answer the call, ready and willing for combat.
Yes.
Call to arms, folks.
Homeboy Sandman, check him out. Lots of good music from that brother. Lots of good movement from that brother. Always been a supportive family member. And I'm not sure we're gonna get Prince on this one, but that's all right. We'll get him. We'll get him. We'll get him on the next one, on the rebound. We'll get him on the rebound.
Thank you, BK Biggs, for the fire. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jenny Kaboozy. Thank you, Maya, Azucena. Thank you, Libby Mislan. Thank you. Yeah, just so many people making it happen. Thank you, Spirit Child.
Thank you, Rosa,
You're welcome.
or Miss Bettina,
Yeah.
or Miss K,
Sure. Yeah, why not?
or RKB.
No,
No. Okay.
everything else.
Everything else,
Should we practice our sign off?
Yes, let's practice the sign off. With music or without music?
You got music right now?
Yes.
Do it. 10-10 wins. You give us a few of your minutes, and we'll bring you
A world live from the epicenter of innovation.
and creation.
Another world is happening.
Because of you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, party people.
See
Send
you
us your
Monday.
good news. Remember, follow us on 1010 Wins. We're bad at this, so I'm going to do it now. 1010 Wins on Facebook. Wins, like the wind. What is Z? Wins. And also
Z for
the
Zapatista.
Z for Zapatista. Z for Zapatista. Also on Instagram. We want to move all of our stuff to that platform, so please do follow so we can share it, and it's not just coming from a page, which looks a little weird sometimes. I feel self-conscious about it. But it's coming from
It's all right.
my page.
We're doing it. We flying the plane in the air, as they say where I work. Flying a rocket ship. We're making it happen.
Making it happen.
Making it happen because of you. Shout out BK Big. Shout out to Wu-Tang Clan.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yes.
Peace, Madison. Peace, BK Biggs. Peace, Jay. Rest up, bless up. He woke up really, really, really late in the morning to just check us out and tune in. He felt the winds out there. Iceland will have him next time. May 31st. May the matriarchs please come through, 7 p.m. It's going to be on all the pages. Just zoom in if you can. I think we have one more show maybe before that. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
it's our final show. May 31st is Sunday.
May 31st. GoPro Radio. Check them out. Mad love to Black Wax. Also Maya Azucena, our guest earlier. Check out Unleash Me. We'll put links. We have links all over already. Jenny and her man Scott out there doing the potato in Maine. What up, Maine? So big up to all of y'all out there, and big up to you with the red dress.
Thank you. Memorial Day.
Is that what it is?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, cool.
Call to arms.
Call to arms. Peace, y'all. We love you. Stay strong, stay powerful, and stay loved.